Hi, this is Matt with AppliancePartsPros.com. Today we'll be showing you how to repair your appliance. Remember, anytime you work on an appliance, make sure it's unplugged or the circuit breakers are off so there's no chance of electrocution. In this video we're going to show you how to change out the Kenmore refrigerator ice crusher housing. It's going to be a very easy repair and should only take a few minutes to show you how to do it. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can click on the link below or get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. When you open up the package, you're going to get the new ice crusher housing. The ice crusher housing is located in the freezer and it goes on the front of the dispenser. The main reason to be changing it out is if it's cracked or damaged and the auger is getting jammed up and it's not dispensing the ice. In order to change the part, we have to open up the freezer door. With the door open, we can reach in and pull the ice container out. All you have to do is lift up on it a little bit and then pull it straight out. With the ice bucket assembly out of the refrigerator, we can take it apart to get access to the part we have to change. First thing we're going to do is remove the bucket itself. We're going to use our Phillips screwdriver and take it apart. Once you have those two out, we can turn it over. And then we have to remove these two screws. Once you have those two out, we can remove the screw that holds the actuator arm on. And you want to remember how this goes on. It goes on with the spring underneath here. We can lift it up out of the way and separate the housing from the rest of the assembly. Once you have it off, you can set it aside. Make sure you set the drive cup aside and don't lose it. Next, we're going to remove the two screws that holds the front on. Once you have those screws out, you can pull the front off and set it aside. With the front off, we have access to the E-clip that holds the auger into the front housing. We're going to take a flathead screwdriver and pop that off. Once you have the E-clip off, you can take out the small metal washer. And then we can use our 1/4-inch nut driver to take out these three screws. With everything taken apart, we can lay the assembly on the ground so we can pull it apart. You may have to turn these little tabs right here so you can get the bar to go through the metal bracket. Once you have that out, we can slide the two pieces apart. Now that we have the assembly apart, we can take the ice crusher housing out. The only thing that's really holding it on is the metal bar. And we just have to take that out of the little flapper door, which you can hold from behind, and then unsnap the bar. Once you have it off, you can pull the crusher housing out. Here's the old ice crusher housing next to the new one. If you already have one of these, great. If not, you can get it at AppliancePartsPros.com. To put the ice crusher housing in, same as when we took it off, we're going to put the bar on and snap it into place. Hold the little flapper valve from behind and snap it in. Once you have it in place, then we can slide the pieces back together. When you're putting this back together, it's important to make sure that this piece right here goes into this cutout right here, so it's locked in place and it'll crush the ice correctly. Again, when you bring the bar through the metal plate, you're going to have to turn it so the little ears line up with the opening in the metal plate. Now that you have the bar in and it's mounted between the two ears, we can make sure that this little white plastic piece goes into the correct spot. And then you can push it all together, making sure that the auger comes out the front and that the little white plastic piece didn't fall out. Then you can rotate it over, and we're going to use our nut driver to put those three screws back in. Now that we have the housing back on, we can put the washer and the E-clip back on to hold the auger in place. Once you have the washer on, you can put the E-clip back on. All you have to do is push it up into the groove. If it's tighter, if you can't get it on all the way, you can use a flathead screwdriver to push it up the rest of the way. Once you have the E-clip in place, we can lay the assembly back down so we can put the front on. To put the front back on, we're going to slide it into place and then lift the assembly up and rotate it over so we can put the screws in. Now that we have the front done, we can put the drive cup on. All you have to do is set it on the auger so that the end comes out through the opening, and then we can put the container on. You want to slide it in between the auger and this bar, so let's slide this out of the way. We can set it down over the top. Once you have it down in place, you want to make sure that it goes underneath this lip right here, and these little tabs go in the cutouts, and then we can go put the screws on. And we'll flip it over and put the screws in on the back. Now we can put the screw in that holds the bar on. You're going to have to pick the spring and the little mechanism up and slide it up into position. Once you have it lined up like this, you can put the screw in that holds it in place. Once you have the bracket tightened down, we have to wrap the spring around the bar so it hooks underneath like that and puts tension on it, so when you move this it goes back and forth and it doesn't stay in one position. Then we can turn it over and put the screws in on the front. Now that we have the ice bucket assembly put back together, we can put it back in the freezer. All you have to do is line it up onto its rails and push it back into place. Now that we have the part installed, we can close the freezer door, plug the refrigerator back in, and make sure it starts to cool. Thanks for joining us for another successful repair brought to you by AppliancePartsPros.com. Check out our other repair videos on our site, Facebook, and YouTube.